Hey everybody, it's your old pal Chuck, and I'm back with another review. And today we're taking a look at, from the Super 7 line, this is the Reaction Plus Cobra Battle Android Trooper. Now, some of you are probably saying to yourselves, Chuck, I don't remember ever seeing a blue bat. Well, here's the thing. This is how it looked in the comics. Super 7, in their reaction line, their ultimates line, they have a habit of doing, well, not, I shouldn't say a habit, but a tradition of doing less desirable decos and what have you first, bringing out the ones people want later down the line to ensure sales and profit. Now, they've been doing that for a while, and I guess it kind of works for them. But then again, if you go to Amazon, you can see right now the Black Friday sales on some of their Ultimate figures that they're going for like $20 to $30 off, including the what was originally a convention exclusive version of the Ultimate Bat done in this deck of the Bat done in this deco in the Ultimates line. But this is how it looked in the comics. And the reason being is, if we all remember our little secrets of comics, black really didn't work in print. It was a waste of ink and details get lost. So artists would use dark blues or use blue as a highlight against black to pick out the details. So characters like the Bat, Snake Eyes, Destro, if you look at the comics and you really study them, you'll notice that a lot of the times their outfits have a bluish tint to them or are highlighted in blue. So the Bat was done in this blue color. Now, I'll be very honest, I never read a G.I. Joe comic with the Bat, so I've never seen it in print like this. So I'm just going off of secondhand information. I would say the Bat is probably one of the most iconic characters from G.I. Joe, and at least in the cartoon, the best known trooper. Because really, from like after they were introduced in like the second season, I think it was a part of this Arise Serpentor Arise, so that might be in season 2, season 3. The miniseries kind of throw me off. There was a concern about doing human on human violence. So Cobra Troopers and Vipers, while they were still featured, when it came time for actual physical contact, it was really the Joes against the Bats. Because, you get Sergeant Slaughter out there, he can beat up a bunch of robots and nobody will blink an eye. Now, one thing that is cool is that the Bat comes with a sidearm. This gun kind of reminds me of the one that would come with the Super Trooper. It kind of looks like the one it used in the comics, although I think the Ultimates version was a little bit better. This is strictly like a machine gun type weapon. Again, this might be what it had in the comics. I never read them, so I'm not sure, but it is kind of nice. Now, one thing I should mention is you kind of do have to angle it into the hand that the stock is resting up against the forearm, or else it'll be very loose in the hand. Speaking of which, let me just remove the gun and get it off to the side. The Bat comes with its iconic accessories. Now, in the cartoon, I don't remember the Bat ever used switching out its hands for the weapons here. And again, don't know if it did it in the comics. But I do appreciate they made the effort to include it here. One of the reasons why I always liked the Bat, and I mean, you figured back in the day, Joe figures were like $3 each. So besides being the popularity of the character, you kind of also went with, well, what accessories does it come with? The Bat came with a backpack, 3 interchangeable weapons, removable hand. I think it was just one hand was removable. And, that was a better deal than, say, getting a figure that just came with a gun. Now, as I said, the original Bat only had one removable hand. This one, like the 25th, like most modern versions of the Bat, has 2 removable hands. Now, the original toy was just a simple peg. There's like a little bit of like a friction there that like helps hold it in place. And also, let me just mention, having the removable hand gives you the extra articulation of a wrist right there. Other than that, it's the same O-ring style. Legs kind of can move out to the side. Stuff like that. Don't want to chance it. You have the waist swivel. One thing I didn't notice when we looked at Snake Eyes, and I don't, or if I did, I didn't mention it, was this actually uses the standard swivel head joint. I'm a little disappointed in that. I think they should have gone for the ball jointed neck just so you can have the forward and back movement. But again, this is Super 7 style is to go for like the real vintage design. And for a lot of people, the original, bolt like swivel head, swivel arm battle grip, that was what was iconic to the GI Joe characters. So on the backpack here, you have a claw, blowtorch, and laser. What you can simply do is pop the hand off, put the claw or any weapon on. I'm going with the claw here. And there you go. And the claw apparently goes saw blade side up. I guess you can use it as a saw. And what's nice is, and again, this was actually something that was unique back in the day. You can store the hand right there on the peg. So you do have that. And you know what? Since we've got two hands here, check it out. Go ahead, slap what I believe is the laser on. And there you have the bat ready to go. Oh, and the backpack is removable, by the way. It's that nice little cross-shaped peg. But in terms of durability, these newer Super 7 figures feel a little more stable than the old O-ring figures from back in the day. I wish it had like storage for the rifle, but then again, a lot of the one of the nice things about the bat back in the day was being able to have, and I just realized it's like you try to turn the waist here. Oh, there we go. The bat back in the day was a novelty in having weapon storage, so I can like the storage of the backpack, so I can understand why they didn't really want to include that. Did I mention it has a 90-degree bend at the knee there? So, yeah, I'm sure if this line continues and sells well, we will definitely get a bat done in the traditional black and orange color scheme, or black and yellow, depending, with the head without the fin. Will it include the clear chest plate? Who knows? But it'll just be a repaint. Maybe they'll give us a different rifle that's a little more cartoon accurate. But I'm happy with it. Out of the four figures in the Reaction Plus line, obviously I would have to say go for the bat first, just because you're getting a little more bang for your buck. I don't know, because I haven't looked if these are on Amazon yet. I know they've been showing up in Target. I got this off of Target.com when I got, the other figures. But yeah, it's kind of cool. Hopefully the line does well enough. I know Big Bad Toy Store has in stock and is shipping the Crimson Twins in their business suits. I don't think I'm going to jump on that at like the $30 price point, which by the way is a good deal when you figure these are going for about 20. So that's kind of nice. But I would like to see if they're going to do the traditional Crimson Twins, but in that mirrored packaging, because that's how I'm pretty sure the suited ones are coming. But yeah, it's a fun figure. I still haven't had a chance to compare these to the Hasbro O-ring figures. The newer ones that are coming with the Transformers and stuff. So I really can't tell you how close they're going to work, but I would say that they probably fit in well, and hopefully I'll be able to check that out sooner than later for you. But definitely, I like the bat. I think it's a solid purchase, and definitely something you should look into. But that's about it for the review. If you like this review, like, comment, and subscribe. Well, I appreciate the views. Your likes, comments, and subscriptions help communicate to YouTube through the algorithm that my channel should be exalted and held upon high. If you want to make the ultimate sign of support, I have a Patreon. It's www.patreon.com/chuckdog1999. All I ask for is $1 a month, $12 a year. No thrills, no tears, no special rewards. All you're doing is helping me help you to help me help you bring figures like this to you as well as keeping up the infrastructure of the channel. But as I always say, if you can't afford the dollar a month, $12 a year, your views are more than thanks enough. Patreon is just a cherry on top of an already generous Sunday. And I really do mean that. I know we're entering really into the holiday season now, so take care of your family and friends if you can't. And don't worry about little old me. Once again, this is your old pal Chuck for the Cobra Bat. We will see you next time.